I'm Michael Pirrie for iSportConnect. Sport almost disappeared from the planet last year. The world was at a turning point about how, where and whether major international events could be safely staged in the pandemic. The future of sport was at a crossroads. Following the closing ceremony of the Paralympic Games, which concludes Tokyo 2020, iSportConnect acknowledges the athletes of the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games and the organisers, volunteers and residents of Tokyo and Japan who delivered the biggest double act in world sport, and the legacies of the Games that many believed were improbable if not impossible. Rejected and unwanted, like the orphaned infant who would win gold 20 years later in Tokyo, defeating a swimmer from the nation that abandoned her, Tokyo 2020 was also embraced by the world. Organisers locked down venues to lock out the virus, and the world discovered the joy of the Games lockdown, witnessing performances that did not seem possible at venues in a city gripped by COVID. Athletes stretched the limits of human speed, endurance and skill. There were new world records, legends and champions, and new inspiration too. Age was no barrier. The struggles and achievements of athletes pushed sport into new directions, beyond entertainment, medals and podium finishes. Athletes addressed mental health as well as COVID. Jamaica was still the fastest place on the planet for sport, and Kenya the most resilient. Afghanistan was the deadliest. But the return of the Taliban could not kill the spirit of those who opposed its reign of terror. The State of the World highlighted the importance of the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. The Games reflected the diversity and uncertainty of sport and life. Everything from the changing political climate to climate change and crushing temperatures. The world fell in love with the athletes achieving their dreams amidst the adversity. While the search for a so-called new normal continues, Tokyo 2020 heralded a new era for sport that was beyond normal. The athletes broadened the appeal and relevance of the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games and highlighted the power of sport for a world in crisis. This may be the defining legacy of Tokyo 2020. Michael Pirrie for iSportConnect.